Hi, this is Kirk with Forex Strategy Secrets, and today we're going to be talking about roundtable trading and what that is and consists of. We're looking for people that want to be part of a roundtable trading group. They will be known as team traders and be able to multiply their income faster than if they were just trading by themselves. What is the roundtable? Well, it is traders that are grouped in teams of 3 to 5 members. Each trader will have a master account and a slave account, and we'll give you diagrams of this a little bit later. Each trader trades their master account, then all the trades are copied to their slave accounts, the trades from all the other team members. Each trader is assigned at least 2 currency pairs to trade and manage, and by trading the 15-5-1 strategy, each trader will shoot for a benchmark of 20 pips each day. If you get more than that, that's great. Maybe some days you get less than that. That's okay, because everything balances out, and we'll show you examples of what that means. They each earn the total pip count for the whole group in their slave account, gaining a larger market share as a team. There will be the people will be receiving coaching, training, hand-holding where needed, group collaboration, all the help that they'll need to along the way to become successful traders. Now, here's the concept. The top row would be the master accounts. There'd be one trader assigned each of these accounts, and then all their trades are copied to we call it a copier hub. Then from this copier hub, the slave accounts will be attached to the hub, and all the trades from these 5 traders then would be copied to each of the slave accounts. So individually, you're trading your master account, and your trades are then copied also to your account, but you're getting the pips from everyone else. So individual trades, traders up here, everyone's combined trades are moved down here. So that's the benefit and the power of trading as a group. Now, why and how this works. For example, we're going to give you the concept here, 3 traders each making 20 pips a day. Of course, that's 60 pips for that day. Another example would be the same 3 traders, maybe one made 15, one made 38, one made 25, 478 pips for that day. And then this day we had some positives and negatives for only 20 pips for that day. This day there was positive all the way down, but it was lower positives. That's the concept. It goes up and down, and we've had some good results with this, and we'll show you an example of that. Here are some examples of some actual traders, each trading only 1 pair on this example. So this trader, you can see that he had a couple of wins, 3 wins, and then a loss. Another win, 2 more losses, another win, for a total of 55 pips for the day. And this trader had a 25 pip on one long trade, but made it an add-on signal, or took an add-on signal and made an additional 5 pips there for a total of 30 pips on that. I don't know if that was the total for that whole day, but that was the total for that one example. Here's an example of another trader that he had a big loss at the beginning, but because of the coaching, he was able to get back in the game and took some other trades, and he had some other trades other than this one chart, made 59 pips for the day. Now we have some rules, and he was made aware of the rules that you don't have a stop out 30 pips. The stops are a lot closer than that, and so that will be taken care of. So the stops with the profit in this account, if it had been honored the way it's supposed to have been, would have been even a lot higher. Other traders were trading the European session and the U.S. session. They weren't necessarily always trading the same time. If these 3 traders were on the same team, and the total pips for that day would be 144 pips. And if we had a 4th trader, and say that trader only made 15, then its total for the whole group was 159. And if you had a 5th trader, and that trader lost 7 pips, the total group would have 152. Here's an example. These are actual trades of people who are in the team trading group right now, and what has happened. You notice it was the trader A, we only had 4 days last week, and so far 4 days this week. So this is today's, at the time of this recording, the pips that were reported. So we had several of the traders that haven't reported yet, but we still had a total of 115 pips for the day. And we had one loss, a 0.
Kirk, the update
Okay,
is 177 pips for the
177
day.
instead of
Everybody's
115.
reported, so.
Let's just go over these totals at the bottom right now. We didn't have everyone trading. Still had a really nice day on those that did report, 82 pips, low 73. We had one loss, and not everyone had a big day, but still had a nice number of pips. 175 pips for that day, 128, as we had a few losses, and then a couple of traders. Well, there was no one. This trader wasn't trading that time, and this one didn't trade that day. So we have 145 pips per day, a couple of negatives. And right here, this is the biggest or a big negative day. Had 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess it wasn't that big. We had 3 negatives and had some nice trades and still averaged out at 87. Here's the biggest negative day. This trader, this is not one trade. The trader was off, and so he was regrouping and didn't trade this day or today, trying to get his feet back on the ground. But still, the group made 104 pips for the day. Now, this is more than the traders than we would have in a normal group, but we're just tracking everyone that's participating right now. But there's 3 more people going to be starting on next week. So, and then we have, this is 175, you said? 177?
Yes, 177.
So we add the increase. Now look, this weekly total last week for 4 days was 459, and this one is over 500 for 4 days. And then we have tomorrow's to report as well. So in the next few weeks, we will be taking a few of these traders and probably forming a group. The others are still in training, and they will be getting up to speed. So each trader will have good days, and they'll have bad days, as you saw in the example. These traders will take turns being the big trader for the day. As humans, we are prone to wander, and we get off track, and we keep looking for something better or more exciting. But with the roundtable trading concept, you will be able to stay on track because you are accountable to your team. There are not many things that are as exciting as making money as a team. That is just exhilarating when the team reports, and when they see what they've done, they're just really having a good experience. When in reality, the best thing is to understand what works and get really good at it, then hyper-focus on that one thing. Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. So if nothing changes, then nothing changes. If you're not getting the results you would like, you need to change what you are doing. Now, one change would be coming and trading with a group. We have many people that are becoming involved with us. That was the thing they were really longing for, was to be trading with a group that's trading exactly the same way, not trading with a group where everyone has traded a different strategy, then arguing over whose strategy was the best. Everyone has to trade this strategy the way we trade, or they won't be able to stay in the group. Slots are limited to how many people can come in. So think about if this is the time, if this would work for you. So you need to ponder. Let's ponder the answer to the following questions and see if you feel you are ready to move to the next level and do this in your trading, not just the next level because you joined a group and saw their trades going up. Do I know how to use the MT4 trading platform? If you don't know how to use this, you're automatically not going to get into the group. Do I know what my biggest weakness is? Could I overcome my weakness with a little help? Do I know what my biggest strength is? What is my average pip count per day right now? And could I get 20 pips net a day in the near future? What people are telling me, yes, I'm making 10 to 30 pips a day. Others are saying I'm about break even. They win some, lose some, and there are some that saying I'm still a little on the losing side. But they do have good trades and they have bad trades, but they're still losing. But could they get up to speed quickly, up to the 20 pips with a little help? We know from experience that once someone is consistent at making 20 pips a day, they will soon be making more pips per day up to 30 or 40 pips or more. Do I have the time to make 20 pips or plus a day? If you only have 15, 20 minutes or an hour, you may not have enough time to be able to make the 20 pips. On a given day, make 20 pips, but on a consistent basis, you don't make anything or you have a losing trade. Have I traded real money and made money, or at least have I broken even? Do I have the support of my family? We talk to some people and they can't get involved with this because their family doesn't want them trading. They don't have the time. They're spending too much time trading. They're not with their family, or whatever the reason is, they don't have the support. Others, everyone is on board and they have the support of the family. You need that, or else you're not going to have full focus. Here's some things you'll be showing how to do to make this a profitable venture for all the traders. You'll be showing how to trade the same way the other team traders are trading. This is all traders are using the same indicators and trading the same strategy. You'll learn how to set the lot size for maximum profits. As a group, we have to trade differently maybe than we would if we were trading by ourselves, but it's that group total, and we've calculated the lot sizes to work for a group environment. How to focus on 1 to 2 currency pairs. How to communicate with the team. Well, this becomes easier if you're all calling out the same thing. If you call out a 4-bar, it's a 4-bar whether it's a 1 hour, 15-minute, 1 minute time frame, it's still a 4-bar setup. And you just have to say it's a 4-bar on, you give the time frame, everyone knows exactly what you're talking about. We're going to give you a suggested path to follow and the cost of the coaching. We can make a custom path for you to follow depending on your situation when we talk to you. So, for example, this is something that everyone should need to do, and if you're interested, you need to do these things right now. You can attend the PIP Club, and that's free. You can get a copy of the 1551 trading course, and that's free. It may not always be free, but right now it can be free. You have to subscribe to the scanner for $100 a month. That's one of the tools you have to learn how to use. And the coaching roundtable training is $1,000. It's a one-time fee to join this group. And then in the second month, you have to pay $200 per month ongoing. What that includes is $100 of that goes to the scanner. Another $100 is to continue to pay for your training for that $200. Now, we've just showed you the cost to join the roundtable trading team. Now, we're going to show you what you will get. You'll be trading with some of the best traders in the world. You will have between 12 to 15 hours of trading with your coach each week. You will be able to trade with other traders almost 20 hours a day. I didn't put that in the slide because that just became available, and we'll explain more about that a little bit later. You'll be able to attach your slave account to the hub account as soon as you get the account opened and funded. Now, this is right after you sign up. In the past, you had to be on a team before you could have a slave account. Now, you may not be assigned as a team, as a master trader, but you can attach your slave account to a hub, as we shown below. So that way, you can start making money while you are learning. That's something we've added just recently. That is powerful. Do you remember the pips that these guys were making? You will not be a master trader at this time, but you get the benefits of being on the roundtable trading team in training. And once you've qualified and you're making the pips and you have the confidence, then you can actually be assigned to be one of the traders as well. You'll be making money while you are learning how to trade. For example, you decide how much money you want in your slave account. So I'm just using an example of a $500 account, and it would be bigger if you have more money. And for an example, $1 per pip made each day. 50 pips made each day on average. Now, that is low. Remember what those numbers were? The lowest one was 73, and they went up to as high as 170 per day. So $50 a day for this example times 20 days is $1,000. That's $1,000 increase added to your 500. So you are making money to more than be able to pay for the cost of the monthly fee, and very shortly you'll be able to recover the cost to join the roundtable. So for the first month, your account is now $1,500. This is the potential that we are seeing, and we have shared that example with you as well. From the above example, you will see that the daily average is much higher than the previous example that we just shared with you with the 50 pips a day. You may stay in the roundtable training if you are progressing and following the rules and making an honest effort to become a better trader. It may take some people 3, 4, 6 months. That's okay if they're really working and following the rules and talking to the coach. But if you don't show up half the time, you're always look at your trades and you're breaking the rules, you will be asked to leave, and you won't be able to participate in the rewards of the roundtable or the benefits of becoming a better trader yourself. Here are some of the things you must do to qualify to be a round table trader. Net 20 pips a day average for the week. So that's 100 pips for the week. Now that's one thing you can work up to, and you need to be able to trade one or more of the 3 main sessions. You can't trade in between all these sessions, but you need to trade either the Asian, the European, or the US, or a combination of any of the 3. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to qualify. You won't be able to make the 20 pips if you're trading when the market's not moving. Be able to trade live money. There's a big barrier here. Some people can, some people can't trade live money without the transition time frame, the mental adjustment to move from demo to live trading. You need to be able to trade live money. If you're interested in pursuing this concept, here's what you need to do. Here's some links. There's one for Jed to set an appointment to talk to Jed. There's another one to set an appointment to talk to me. If one person gets overloaded, the other person will fill in, and so you'll be able to talk to one or the other of us. You will need to have a US phone number or a Skype ID so that we can talk to you. If you don't have a US phone number, we can't call you. If you don't give us a Skype ID, we will not make the appointment. You have to have one of these 2 methods to be able to talk to us. During this call, we will create a training path for you to follow to become a roundtable trader. We showed you an example of the path that many people can take, but we can design that to fit your needs depending on what your situation is. Some people can do it right now. Others say we can't even get started for a few weeks or a few months because of things that are taking place in their lives right now. So we'll work out a path for you if you're really serious. You may not be ready to become a team trader right now, but we will get you up to speed in a short amount of time if you meet the minimum qualifications and you really want to learn. We've had examples where we have taken traders that were they're really shy and they're no confidence in themselves to the first month. The second month, they started feeling pretty good, taking about a break even. The third month, they actually started making a few pips. The fourth month, they could even be the coach. They knew how to say everything. They were actually making consistent pips. So it's possible in 4 months. Some people, if it takes 8, 10 months, that's okay. If your progression is a little bit slower, that's okay. You just have to keep on making progress and putting in the effort. The main requirement is you will need to know how to use the MT4 trading platform. We mentioned that earlier, but that's extremely important because we're not going to teach you the basics of how to use the platform. We can give you the course and instruction. You can learn how to use the course that you're going to be trading on before you even pay any money. And so that's where you need to figure out how these things work. The platform will be adding traders on a regular basis, but we can only take on so many people at a time because we have to set things up and get them oriented to what's going on. We suggest you don't waste your time and ours by scheduling an appointment if you don't feel you're ready to take the next step in your trading. Don't just say, well, I just want to see what it's about. Well, we've given you everything you need to know as to what it's about. There might be some reasons why it won't work out, but you got to at least be on the path to be able to do something. You can't just say, well, I want to talk to them. The strategy we are using and teaching is generating tens of thousands of real dollars for traders. That's for those who follow it exclusively and don't try to mix other systems with it. The roundtable trading compounds that growth even more. So if you're a big successful trader and you have a high number of pips and you had 4 other traders trading with you and for you, it would be just that much faster. You'd be able to grow your account with no more effort. If you're interested, review the questions and see if this is a good time for you to advance with us. Then schedule a call so we can make a custom path for you. And here are the links once again. Now I'll leave this up. Is this ongoing training, or when does it end? Well, if you're making progress and keep on paying your $200, then it could be for quite a while. But if you're not following the rules, not showing up, then we don't want to have you on board. We're not concerned about taking your $200. We'll just dismiss you if you're not progressing or trying to be part of a trading team. It's not just come in and be part of a club and those are your dues and you can just hang out. You have to be a participant, and then you can stay in. If it takes you a year, you stay in. If you become a master trader, can trade a master trading account, then you can stay in for, we want you there and you probably want to be there. We recommend not everyone use the same broker, and we have 2 or 3. There'll be a list of the spreads from the brokers that we use, and they will be, if you have that size of spread or smaller from the broker you choose, then that broker will work. The only other thing that we're seeing that we have to have, you have to have a broker that has at least 1 to 400 or 1 to 500 leverage. If they don't have that much leverage, they won't work because they can't take the 5 or 6 trades all at the same time, and the other rules just prohibit that the type of trading, the way we're trading, from happening. Here's an answer to a question that no one's asked, but I think this is an important time to bring it up. Many people say, well, I don't want a broker outside the United States because they're not regulated, and they go on and explain all the reasons why they could go out of business. Well, the U.S. brokers can go out of business also. But here's the thing. You can have more than one slave account attached to the hub account with different brokers. So we would encourage you to have at least 2, maybe as many as you want, brokers that you get your funds spread around. So you're diversifying where the brokers are at. So the whole Forex market would have to collapse for you to lose all of your money. The other thing is, we recommend that you take money out on a regular basis so that you eventually have recouped every money thing you've put into the process in your trading accounts and the cost of the education.
Yeah, just leave enough for seed capital to grow it to the level you want to grow it, and then keep pulling out weekly or every other week or something like that, or even once a month or whatever, the difference. So you're getting the wealth back into your own pockets versus having it tied up in the broker. Kurt, could you go back to the diagram of the copier? Yeah, I want to see that. So if the purple trader and the green trader and the yellow trader all make pips that day, every one of their pips are copied into all of the slave accounts, the circles, so it's automatically done. So there's no allocation or dividing up stuff. It's just all going to every slave account. And let's say that the orange trader and the red trader broke even or lost 3 or 4 pips. Well, that break even is also sent through, and so is the loss. So everybody's going to gain or lose what the entire group does as a whole. But as the spreadsheet showed you, the tallies that we've been keeping the last 8 days have shown that it doesn't matter what happens as long as we're all trading the same way and managing our trades. The overall growth was much higher than any of the losses, and that happens to be the case if a trader he himself or herself is doing their own trading, they're going to see the same kind of pattern if they're consistent in what they do. But this just takes the power of group and turns synergy into operation here. So we actually have everybody having to do a little bit less, a little bit more focused, but a little bit less than what they would on their own, and benefiting tenfold by the fact that everything gets copied. So that's the power behind this.
Tim asked the question, would I be assigned to a team that is currently making good positive pips while I'm learning? You'll be able to attach your slave account. So there might be more slave accounts because some of the people that are in training will have a slave account also to the hub account. Still might only be the main traders. So you'll have a profitable slave account while you're earning. You will not be assigned to a team. You'll be trading with the whole group, and then you will be able to learn from the whole group. Whether there might be two different teams trading, but they're all in the same group trading, but their trades are only calculated in the group that they're assigned to.
Right, so it's not going to over leverage an account based on what's coming into it. It's going to be based on the availability, so the lot size will be adjusted automatically so that it doesn't over trade it.
Okay, Nick has a concern about the $500 account not being able to accommodate the a number of trades that would be coming to it. The trades would be much smaller. If the master account was $10,000 in one of the master account traders, and he's trading the percentage, we have a calculation that is set up, and if you were to copy that same percentage in your $500 account, it will accommodate the same number of trades. So it does work because the percentages, it's based on percentages, not lot size. The big master account might be a standard lot, and the slave account might be 10 cents, but it's the same percentage based on the account size. The master account could also be $2,000 as it's grown, and that slave account for an individual, they maybe puts more money in, could be $20,000. The same percentages are going, the accounts will grow at the same percentage rate because the lot sizes are adjusted within the software. It's a good question, Nick. Yes, the other thing that we would like to have is people, a broker that offers gold, because we have some traders trading gold. If your broker does not offer gold, you may consider looking for one that does. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on some of the trades that would be taken. Your account will still grow nicely, but you'll miss out on some of the trades.
Once you're a part of a team, so yes, to answer your question, your account will be attached to a team that's gaining positive ground while you're learning. Once you're assigned to a team, you then are eligible to be able to copy to the other team or teams. That's one of the coveted perks of being in a team, is that you get to receive the benefit of every team that's involved, not just the one you're in.
Nick, yes, if you're in the roundtable trading and you want to be in the slave account, you need to pay the $200. Okay, let me just bring that up to speed. As we get this regrouped and the copier service gets turned back on, then there will be copy service fees available. They are much higher than the roundtable trading fees. So you're better off being an active participant in the roundtable, or if you don't want to do that, then you can be in the copier when that comes back available, and the fees do increase and become larger.
Tony asks, would all the members in my team be from the same part of the world? Yes and no. We are building teams based on geographical location as far as time zone, and or availability for trading in similar time zones or similar markets. For example, the London session versus the U.S. session, or Asian session, so forth. So you'll be predominantly with people from your general time zone, and those that are able to trade in that time zone effectively. But you'll have members from probably other parts of the world as well.
The heavy coaching takes place during the time of the U.S. session. Mondays and Fridays, it starts at the same time the PIP Club starts and goes for about 2.5, 3 hours. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the traders are in the PIP Club and they can talk there. We don't give necessarily a lot of instruction, but then the coaching session starts after an hour and a half, and we have that is just for the coaching students. So it's about the same number of hours every day as far as the coaching. Now we're recording the coaching sessions now, and they'll be on the website. That's a new feature that we had not had before. We're getting many people that can't make the heavy coaching during the U.S. session because they're working, sleeping, they just can't make it. And so we have that recorded and they can watch those videos to receive their instruction. And so we have come up with another way. We had the tools all along. We just didn't know how to use them until we had a desire to accomplish something that we checked with the tool and it would do what we're asking it to do. That is, at the beginning of the Asian session, a webinar will be turned on and it will run for 12, 13 hours. People can come and go as they have the time. If you can trade the Asian session, you log in and whoever's there during the Asian session, you can talk and trade with them. There's not a host. You're not there for them to educate you. You're there to trade with them. So that's why you need to watch the other videos to get the education or talk to Jed and I. They're there to trade and look for setups. And you can ask them, what did you set your stop at? Or what's your target? What's your exit signal? Those things are okay because that just helps them to be aware of if they've really done their homework and set things up the way they should be. But you can't say, well, what's a 4-bar? You can't ask that kind of a question. That's not their duty to teach you those basic steps. That's what you should learn in the course material. And so that runs through the European session. So people come in the Asian session and leave. Other people start coming in the Asian session. Some will be there in the first part of the European session, and then they'll leave, and others come in partway through the European session, and it goes up till 15 minutes before the PIP Club starts. We close that. I open up another session for those who are just wanting to attend the PIP Club. So you're going to have access to trading with good traders 12, 15 hours a day.
Okay, good questions, Paul. Depending upon the time zone and or the market openings versus when you're working your full-time job, that would determine how much time you could put towards trading. What we would want to do is sit down and determine what would be the best market for you to be trading in that would fit into your schedule to be able to answer that more accurately. But most of the trading that's done by individuals that I'm personally dealing with right now in the group that are being coached that have full-time jobs, they're usually they're U.S. citizens, so they're actually catching time right before they have to leave for work in the morning. And then they look at it a little bit later in the evening and during the Asian session. You're wherever you are in the world, it might be a little bit different, but there's ways to be able to tap into live trading sessions with fellow traders doing the same thing any time of day. You just need to know what time it would be for you. Okay. So Eastern would be 7 a.m. is when I'm starting with those first handful of people, Eastern time.
And we do have other Eastern time traders. They start at 5 a.m., 4:30 to 5 a.m. Eastern, which is right towards the middle or beginning of the European session. And so if you were getting up a little bit earlier to trade before you went to work, then you'd be trading with that group. To be a master trader, you need to be consistent at making 20 pips a day or 100 pips a week. And you have to be, one of the questions we ask is you have to be teachable. We have had people want to join us, but they wanted us to accommodate what they were doing, what they knew, and want to be part of our group. Well, no, this is what we do in our group. If you want to be part of it, you join our group, not have us try to become part of your group. There's certain ways we do things, and it works. If it doesn't work for you, then don't become part of the group. So it's pretty straightforward. It's simple. It's the most simple strategy I've ever seen. Is it easy? No. You have to be vigilant, but it is simple. And don't let the simplicity confuse you as its power. We have people that are trading full time. Some of them don't want to trade as a group. They just trade individually, but they're making tens of thousands of dollars per month, if not, well, it is $50,000 a month is tens of thousands. I saw a guy's report. He was making $50,000 to $70,000 a month trading the system we're teaching you how to trade. It does work. He trades full time. Did he learn it in 5 minutes? No, but he got good because he spent a lot of time at it.
We don't want any one trader to have to be bogged down with having to work harder than they need to, because all we want them to do is we're going to assign you a specific pair as your primary pair that you'll trade predominantly by itself. If that pair's not working out or is choppy that day or hard to read, you're going to have a secondary and possibly a third pair that you can, alternate pair that you could go double check to see, okay, are either of them easier to read so I can trade something that's easy to trade. Because again, we're not looking for everybody to be heroes here. We're not looking for superstars or home runs. We just want nice, steady base hits. If you can do the 20 pips a day on average, and there's a little bit of leeway there because we recognize that if everybody in the group on any given day just traded 10 pips a day, that still makes the group money, and that's what's cool about it. So it's not a matter of you have to work hard. One day, one of the guys yesterday had a really bad day, and he's like, man, this really beat me up. And so I spent some time with him working him through the psychology of it all. Now we're not psychologists, no, we're not therapists, guys. We just understand what it takes to be in this arena. And so we just debriefed him a little bit, talked about the situation, regrouped, and got him back on track. And today he made the quota he set for himself. And it was a small amount, but he made it. And that's the whole process of working through the process of stepping through each hurdle or over each hurdle until you can get to the full sprint. But the reality of it is we don't want anybody to have to work harder than the next. One trader is going to have a good day, another trader is going to have a super good day, another trader is going to have a mediocre day. But all together, their efforts are going to benefit each other. And even when there's losses, everybody's going to sustain a loss once in a while. And there's going to be losses every day. Someone's going to have to be the losing trader for the day. The goal is to keep it at a minimum. Cut your losses short, let your winners run. That's the whole principle here. But it really works well. The team actually is getting a lot of traction with this process. They're getting to know each other and understand what's going on. And again, we're building enough traders to build enough groups that will have multiple groups. So there's going to be different time zones being traded in different parts of the world where there's going to be more traders trading than others. And so we're really just trying to cover the globe, but give everybody in there with their coveted seat in one of the teams, one of the groups, to be able to benefit from all the team members in the other groups as well. So this is there may come a cutoff point where we're not able to take anymore because we've just got everything covered the way we want it. But we're just looking for the cream of the crop, people that are ready to take the next step. They've gotten to the point where they know, okay, I can be consistent at this, or I'm at least at this level, and I'm ready to jump. And we can start working with you and refining that and getting you where you need to be. So we're not looking for 100% winners, because I don't believe that there is a trader out there that exists that can win every time without fail. We're all too fallible for that. So we're just looking for people who can be consistent.
Nick, yes, we're using the 15-5-1 method, because you can take those 3 time frames, a 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute, and look at those videos and take those same concepts and move them up to the 1 hour, 15, and 5-minute and be just as successful. Or you could move to the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute. The system works the same no matter which time frames you like to trade. You just have to know how to read the indicators, and that doesn't take long.
Oh, one other thing I want to point out, back on the time zones in different parts of the world, we're getting a large influx of people that are in a different, they're on the other side of the globe from us, and so it's a different time of day for us than for them. And so our training is set up so that you can be able to access it and view it no matter what time zone you're in at your leisure, which is something we haven't done in the past, but we just realized that there's a large market share that on the other side of the can really benefit from this, which in turn was going to benefit everybody because we can get more roundtable teams built. But you'll be trading with people, for example, we've got a lot of people from Australia right now that are getting excited about it and coming on board. But you'll be trading with people from different parts of Asia, even Europe too. There's going to be different traders coming and going in those live training sessions. They may or may not be directly tied to your roundtable team, but they will be in a roundtable team and, that you'll be able to benefit from as well. So you'll be able to build some good connections with people that are doing the same thing, even though they may be in a different roundtable team directly, but you'll be able to trade together and help each other, because they may actually be assigned to the same pair that you're assigned to in your team. And so that it may actually turn out to be really good group effort in following pairs together. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening as we add more people to this and get it really refined and get everybody on the same page. So haven't been so excited in a long time, because this is something where I get to see the benefit of other people's strengths being shared with the group, and that's something that's kind of a rare thing, I think, in today's world, where everybody's got their own secret sauce, but they're not willing to put it out there and let people magnify it, so this is where I think it's really kind of fun. So, another good question comes in here with regards to losses. When we do have, if a trader does sustain losses, we want you to reach out to the coach. Kirk and I will then get with you and walk you through the process. We'll analyze the trades with you, see what you could have done better, get a game plan, but more importantly, what I'm more excited or more concerned about is making sure that you get your head on straight before you go back into trading. You want to make sure that you got the emotions in check. You're not dealing with fear or regret or anger when you go back into the market. We want you to feel calm and relaxed and at peace with yourself, and that's part of the process of checking in with the coach on a regular basis and letting us know where you're at. So we're going to see what's going on from behind the scenes with the numbers that are coming in, and so we'll be able to help you. And we're setting up a page on the site where each team's going to be able to see their results posted, so that you'll know where you're personally standing with your team, how your team's doing overall. That way we can use that as a teaching tool to help keep people refined and sharp, and just keep them on the cutting edge of where they need to be with their trading.
You do have to have a broker outside the United States to get the higher leverage.
And one of the things we'll do is we can show you some different ways to help prevent or help preserve and protect your capital when dealing with a broker that isn't regulated. But the way to get this to work is you have to have the higher leverage. That's the only way to make it work with slaves. Otherwise, it'll bog it down and won't take as many
you get one
trades.
trade, and then it just won't take all the other trades that are being taken. Here are the links once again.
Yeah, I see Marcus is good. Yes, they got good spreads. They count. Yeah, if you're in Australia, it's golden. You got a good one there. I know other traders are using it. Hugo's Way is a good one.
And if you just totally dead set against using a broker outside the United States, then don't even give us a call. Don't even set up an appointment, because I don't mind talking to you, but it's not going to work for you or for us. the system will not work without the higher leverage, because you can't take enough trades in a 50-to-1 leverage to get all the pips that we're showing. At the lot size that we use, any size account should be able to take between 7 and 8 trades at a time because of the percentages, the way it calculates. Yes, Trader's Way is good. Trader's Way, you need a link, and Turnkey, you need a link for that one. Hugo's Way, Trader's Way, and Turnkey are 3 brokers that have good spreads that we are actually using.